Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'll bring Keith in as my earworm so you can all see him, make sure he's real.
Yeah,
There
I'm
he is.
real. Good afternoon,
He's-
everybody. Welcome to the funny farm. We think we've got it sorted. Yeah,
Yep, so I'm just trying to mute my mic, but I'm not succeeding because I'm in the wrong thing.
right.
But-
Yeah, I've killed it now. So,
Right, that's it. I'm muted. Good. Okay. So put Keith into the background again. It's been nice to see you, though, Keith.
thank you very much for asking me.
There we go. No, thanks very much. It does help. It makes life a lot easier, doesn't it? Right, today, as I said on the description, we're going to be doing... Sorry?
It's all right. It took a long time for me to disappear.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, you went on my screen very quickly, but anyway. Right, I'll get myself organised. Right, as promised on the description, we're making a box with a scalloped lid, scallop pattern lid. That's not showing it, is it? Right, I've got to show off, haven't I? So try that one. That's better. There's the pattern of the lid. It's an offset pattern, which is you'll see us we'll be doing, and it just fits in nice, a French fit, as Wayne would say. I did a wood turner's fit earlier, and it popped nicely when I opened it, but then realised you couldn't actually get hold of it at all, so I had to turn the base down a little bit smaller, just to give a lip to get hold of. But anyway, that's what we're doing, and it's in walnut. And I've turned the blank to a circle, and it's mounted on my Robert Sorby eccentric chuck, which you can nearly see there. Let's try that one. Well, that's a bit better. You'll see me adjusting it later on, but basically it's held on a spindle in the middle, which you can move to off center. It'll go up to 35 millimeters off center, which we will be using later on, and you'll see the whole thing will be wobbling around all over the place. But the first thing is to get it turned to the size we want, which is 100 mil diameter. This is a bit more than that. And yeah, we're about 115 there. So we'll turn it down a bit, this end particularly. The other end we'll sort out a bit later on. I shall get the top so that it's roughly flat. So I've got dust extraction only just been fitted, and I discovered it now gets in the way of the banjo. Hey ho, can't win them all. Right then.
While Andy's getting himself organised and running that through, I will run through the list of participants, which isn't very many, against what's on the list. So, starting off with the one who's always first, or nearly always first on this list, is Andy himself, followed by BFT Turning, which is Barry Fisher, Brent Bowcroft, Clive Rogerson, David Miller, Gerard the French Turner, Hodgepodge Woodworks, Ian Leonard, Lawrence Bergasia, and Robert Dolman. That's on the list of participants. So let's see who else is joined and go from there. You've got Robert from Hodgepodge. Okay. On the list. That looks like it is the list.
All right. Okay, well, welcome everybody.
Yes, welcome everybody.
Jolly pleased to see you all.
And if anyone has a question for Andy or myself to answer, Ray Goodwin's just popped in.
Oh, that's my nephew. Yep. He was down here helping put the dust extraction in yesterday.
Okay. So, and Peter Cochrane has just appeared. And I better say hello to Alison, because she's been here for a little while. She didn't come up on the list
because
obviously it's your name.
Oh yes, of course,
is on the computer.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, if anyone's got a question that you need asked, or if you've got something you're not sure about, bang on a couple of question marks or the word question, and we will see what we can do. And if we missed you, and if I've missed you, put your name in again. This camera's flickering quite a bit, Andy, but it's not a problem. It's right down the bottom, so it's okay.
All right. Okay. See if that one's any better. Well, that's flickering like mad, isn't it? Oh, this is a real pain. You see it on that one?
Not yet, but it takes a few minutes to.
Oh, of course it does. Yeah.
Warm up and come through. Right, we got a question from Clive Rogerson. Where is the self-supporting dust hose from?
Axminster. Easy something it's called, but you'll see it in the Axminster catalogue.
Yeah, it's mouldable.
That's right. It bends a fair way and stays where you put it, more or less. It's nice. I'm impressed with it.
If you bend it too far, it does come apart, but then you've got to rewind it and join it all in again.
Oh, right, okay.
I tell you that because we've got one of those in the workshop, and many a time I've moved it a bit sharpish and think, oh dear.
Yeah, because I only put it in yesterday, so
yeah,
it hasn't had much of a test yet. But it was quite nice sanding something up this morning.
Yeah, you're that much closer.
Yeah. Right, let's see how that's doing. I think that's somewhere near. Yeah, that's near enough. That's good enough.
David J. Heath, have I said hello to you? Not sure.
Great surname, though. But then I would say that.
Have you got your keyboard covered?
No, I haven't. Oh, no.
Well done, Ray.
Thank you. I had it on there before I was talking to you earlier. But there we are. I have now.
Every time.
Yeah, I know. Right, just a very fine cut now, just to try and improve the finish a little bit. Not too worried about that because that's all going to be done later. That's better. Much better. Right, the top wants to be slightly domed. I've got a bit of a dome on there, but I want to do a little bit more than that. So we'll do a quick bit of work on that, and then we can start to put the pattern on there. Should be exciting. Got to have the exciting bit.
Yeah, looks more frightening than it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I still prefer a push cut.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to do anything too precise, I don't like pull cuts much. They're handy, but that's better. That's about right. I'm going to sand this up a little bit now. So I have to excuse the noise of my dust extraction. But I've got to use it, haven't I?
Yeah. Now you've got it.
No, I've got it. I've got to use it. Yeah. Right, I'll go and turn it on. That's something else I want to do, is to change the wiring so that I can actually switch it on from here.
Yeah, so just put a remote extension in.
Yeah.
Steve Fleming's just joined us. Hello, Steve.
I haven't bothered with 80. I think going in at 120, I'm not sure whether that's a good idea or not. But oh yeah, it's looking nice. Look at that dust just disappearing.
It's nice when it does
Wonderful.
that, isn't it?
I've been too long without it. That'll do for that. I really don't have a problem with hand sanding.
Not on small pieces.
On small pieces, no. Now, a big bowl is different. But I've now got my Simon Hope sanding tool, inertia sand.
Right. Yeah, you've got Woodworm Paul in.
Hello, Paul.
Trevor P. Hobby Turner.
Hello,
all
Trevor.
Creeping in. Yeah, they're all creeping in.
This really does take the dust away. I'm very impressed.
You can see it swirling in the mouth of it, disappearing.
Yeah, it's good. That's 400. That'll be enough, I think. Because I'm going to scratch it up anyway when I start sanding the pattern.
And Andrew's in from YV Woodshed.
Hello, Andrew. That's lovely. Right, so I'll just turn the dust extraction off. Right, now we get to the interesting bit. Or the scary bit, whichever you want.
Whichever way you look at it, yeah.
Yep. And what I'll do is I'll just demonstrate how this chuck works while I'm taking it apart. Two little grub screws here that hold the centerpiece in, the boss. There it is. Right. So there's, which camera are we on? That one.
This one, yeah.
There's the boss is fixed with this Allen headed screw, machine screw, into the faceplate, and the connection is via a hexagonal bit on the end. If I pull that out of there, take that screw out before I lose it. So you've got a hexagonal piece here and a hole which has got, I think it's more than hexagonal. It's got about 12 grooves in there, and the idea is that you can rotate it in the chuck itself to give different degrees of off-centerness, or you can turn it round, which we'll be doing later, one turn or one bit on this bit to put it in a different place on the timber. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Good.
Got a question from Barry.
Yep.
What dust unit did you put in? What's your dust extractor?
Oh, it's the Axminster one. I've had it for some time, but it was very badly connected up. It's the Axminster AC82E, and it was sitting right next to me, so it was very noisy as well. So it's much better now. It's the other side of a bit of a wall. Right, so we put that back in with these.
Is this the Robert Sorby eccentric?
This is Robert Sorby eccentric chuck. Yep.
Yep. So I've got the same as what Gerard's got. He's got the Axminster one. It's the same principle, Gerard, but slightly different design. Obviously, they can't.
I think this is a bit more expensive. It gives you a few more options, but not a great deal. You know, it's quite nice. So yeah, that's now running true as it was when we were turning the bit that we've turned. And if you look in the window, I don't know if you probably can't see it.
No.
If I can get that camera to work, you might.
Yeah, you can see the window. There's a number in there, isn't there?
And if I hold the chuck and turn it, you can see numbers. You might just see a number going past there.
Yeah, number 4.
Which is well, that's 0.
0
so that's
is
right. Then there's 5, and it's the number of millimeters it is off center. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. We're going for 35 maximum.
Biggest swing you can get on there.
Yep. Tighten it back up. Probably helps to use the right key, doesn't it?
Fits better.
Well, it does seem to work better, yeah.
For
some reason. Oh, that's nearly. I want to get it fairly precise because I've got to use it a few times. That's it. That's better. My computer's making noises.
So the one thing you must do is remember to turn the speed down before you fire it up.
Yes, indeed.
So
I'll
it
do
does
that.
get a bit scary otherwise.
It does a bit. I'll do that now. And when you think the whole thing is this lump of timber is hanging on 3/4 inch screws, because I've got to use as much of this as I can. So I didn't want to waste too much down the bottom here. I could have glued a sacrificial bit of ply on or something, but I didn't.
That's only held on by glue then.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can't win, can you? So I should be putting a parting tool through where the bottom is going to be eventually, but and to cut the top off and things, so we know where we're going. But there we are. That's what we're working on, and this is where it all gets very technical.
Right, now we need the tailstock.
No, can't get the tailstock in.
Camera.
Oh, sorry, camera. Beg your pardon. Yeah, we can do that.
We don't want to look at your dandruff.
No. Oh. So you're trying to work out where the centre is at the moment.
Right.
Which is somewhere.
You've got Lula Traskin from Robin.
Oh yes, that's Robin was the other guy helping yesterday.
Right.
To install the monitor and. Right, I'm going to start it going. Right, so that is the centre there. And then we want to mark it.
Yeah, we still can't see because we're not on the tailstock camera.
Sorry, no, we were, but I changed it, didn't I? That one's the better one.
Yeah.
Is that one all right? Yeah, that's fine.
Well, you can see it now.
Yes. And that hole, sorry, refer to the book. Can't remember the size of the offset. It's now fully offset. Come on, where's the drawing? It's one of the.
Get the drawings out.
Yeah, it's an inch and it's 44 mil diameter. Yeah, so it's one of the things that came in the book that came with the chuck, if you like. So 22 mil. I just couldn't remember that measurement. Stick that in there and draw. Just so I know what I'm doing. And we'll be doing the same again when we start cutting the other fancy bits, which you can see that's the drawing. That's what we're after. Yeah,
Chris is agreeing with me. Seeing is good thing, just saying. Before you turn the camera over.
Yeah, yes. That's an option, isn't it? But right, now I discovered when I did this on the trial one that it was easiest to go in with a parting tool and just form this edge. So I should do that. And because it's not a flat surface, not only have you got the fact that you're turning air, you've also got the fact that it's oh, there's the phone going, sorry. My wife will pick it up.
Eventually.
Yep.
So the vibration that you guys can see on the picture just shows you how much centrifugal force there is.
Is it vibrating?
Yeah, I don't know what speed Andy's turning at, and this is on the concrete floor.
Yeah, well, but the camera is mounted on the bench behind it, and obviously the lathe is touching it, or it's wobbling the floor or something.
Yeah,
because it's jogging the camera. We could try the other one, see if it's any better.
Don't worry, no. It just goes to show that
it's too far away.
Forces are involved.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's why I had the tailstock up when I was turning it from square, because the extra pressure is enormous. Right, that should do that. Right, we'll just get that a bit larger. That needed sharpening too, but don't worry about that. Right, so let's use this one. And this is going to also be slightly domed, because you see the profile of the bottom, obviously where it goes through the edge, all becomes clear later on. Honest.
Good. Well, it's always the end product is the best one.
Yeah. Let's just have a look at that. That's looking quite good. I'll just tidy the edges up a little bit. I think I'll do that with the little one. I'm going to go speed it up a bit. I can't actually see what I'm doing here.
It's all right, move the camera then, because we can't see either.
I'm moving the light. I should turn that off, really. Right, let's put that down here. Now that yeah, it does blow it out a bit, doesn't it?
Have you got the more of the overhead one?
No, that's a fixed.
All right.
Light on the wall. That's better for me.
You do what you've got to do so that you can see.
Yeah, I think you could just about see it.
Yeah,
it's certainly helping me.
It won't hurt us.
Yeah, no, that's true.
As long as you.
And that's certainly helping me.
It won't be all the time, anyway, guys.
No, it's only this little bit. I turn the head round, but you see even less then.
A vicious circle this would turn in, isn't it?
That's nice. That's good. Right, so that's that bit. And in theory, you could sand that, but you're doing so much air and all the rest of it, it's easier to take it off and do it by hand later.
Not a big area, is it?
So we've got to take it off and spin it round on the chuck, as we did earlier when I showed you earlier when we were fitting it on. Oh, come on, all over dither. Got it. It's getting your head round this offset stuff, to be quite honest, is often the biggest problem.
Yeah, it's actually doing it to start with and realising what you're doing.
Yeah, and what effect it's having on the piece of timber. Yeah.
Steve Ash has put it into words. Turner's safety is more important than audience visibility. I totally agree with you on that.
But it's nice. It's nice if you can achieve both, isn't it?
Yes, if we can see a little bit of it, it's better.
Yeah. But you'll see the finished result. Yeah. Right. So this bit. Where are we? We're on that.
There.
One. So right, I've got to turn that by 1/6 of be 30 degrees, I think. So that's, you see I took it off?
Yep.
That was fitted onto the hexagonal bit. Turn it one that way and lock it down again. So it's still 35 millimeter offset, but it's in a slightly different orientation. That's that. Pop it back in there. 35 degrees again on this bit up the top here, if I can find the numbers. Where they go? That's 0. 25, 35, just there. Tighten that up a bit. Yep, that's good. It's a bit fiddly, this. But
yeah,
there's no simple way around it, to be honest.
So you won't get the same effect as you had on the other lid, though, will you?
Yep. Because what I'm going to cut now, I'll show you on the other lid. Where are we? There. We've cut that bit.
Right.
We're now going to cut that first sweep.
Okay. So that you've got to adjust it from what was 4 then.
I've turned it by 30 degrees, basically.
Yeah, but that's a bigger diameter.
It doesn't work out that way.
Okay.
And I'm not entirely sure why, but originally it was about there somewhere as the centre. No, sorry, the other way. There, the centre. So we're going to turn it so the centre is still there, but it will come in there.
Okay.
It works. It works.
Good.
Well, I'll show you.
Good.
I can't get my head around.
It ought to me, because it looks like you've got to change the number on the outside to give you a different radius.
But no, it's still 35 mil offset.
Okay.
And what I do is just run it with a pencil, just so that I can actually see what I'm doing, because it's very confusing. And it should be starting from there. Oh, no, that's not right. Hold on. No, it's starting from here. No. What am I doing? Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, you've moved the start point, haven't you?
Yeah, but
you should have kept you should have kept the start point the same, but changed the numbers on the back, surely.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not what it says. Place eccentric naught is in there. Yep, no, full off centre. That's 35 mil. Yep. Turn the button shape. Done that. Loosen the eccentric boss and remove the boss from the main body. Undo the machine screw and washer. Carefully index the hexagonal stem one position clockwise, which is what I've done. Replace into the socket. Replace the boss back into the main body with 35 visible in the sight window. Retighten the screws. So it is what I've done, and it's what I did last time, and it worked last time.
Okay.
What am I doing wrong here? That's definitely 35, unless I turned it the wrong way, but I'd have thought that would just work on the other side, but that is nowhere near coming out to what it's supposed to. Hold on, that's it. You start from there. Right, got it. So starting from here, that is the line. That's the line I want. Yeah, I was starting from the wrong side. That's all right.
Yeah, you got the Irish model in there.
So, and then I found the easiest way of doing this was simply to use this as a scraper. Grieves me to do it, but it worked.
Providing it's sharp and you're not too aggressive.
Sharp, yeah.
Yeah.
And just by using it like a parting tool, effectively, by holding it steady on the tool rest and raising my right hand, it just cuts a bit deeper, but under control, yeah.
Yeah, Gerard's saying the Axminster one seems a bit easier to use. That's where I'm coming from, Gerard, as well, because I've got the Axminster one. So perhaps I was getting confused with that one as well.
I think you've got one or two more options on this, but I'm not quite sure what they are. I think the fact you've got that hexagonal bit that you can turn by 30 degrees 10 times, 12 times, gives you a bit more few more options on this positioning that I'm just doing now. Right, just wants to be a little bit deeper. Oh, lock it down. Might be a good idea. I thought I did. As it just wants to cut through the edge there. That's fine. Perfect. And now we take it off again. This is all very tedious, but it'll be a bit quicker this time because I know what I'm doing.
If you've got really fluffy wood, which isn't a good thing anyway, you could just put a little bit of paper in that last cut as you do it, because otherwise you've got to do it all by hand.
Yeah, I did try that, and it was a bit hair raising. So I thought I'm not going to do that live. But yes, I did actually try that. But because you do scratch the top a lot when you're trying to do it afterwards by hand. So then you've got to put it back on the lathe and resand the top. But it's not big hassle.
It's not one of those tools that you're going to be using every time you do a box.
No, absolutely
it's going
not.
to be one that you do for specials, or you're going to do half a dozen and then put it away for 6 months.
Yep. Right, so we turn that another. Sorry, you can't see that, can you? But I've turned it another position. It was.
Yeah, it's
there.
even worse there. Bring it down.
Oh yeah, so it is. Yeah,
yep.
right. It was. That was the first position.
Yeah.
I've marked 35 on here, so I know where I started. Turn it 1. That's the second position. We're now going to the third one.
Right.
Put the next groove in.
Put it all back together again. So we've got Ian in the sheds in now.
Hello, Ian.
Hi, Ian. Thanks for joining us.
Indeed. This is all a little bit fiddly, Ian, but we're getting places. Right, that's 35.
We've got all afternoon. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, no, I can take as long as you like.
We've not got to rush off. We're both retired, so
yes.
if it takes a bit longer, it's not a problem.
No, absolutely.
As of tomorrow, it'll be on YouTube anyway, so you can watch the end if you miss it.
Yep. Right, that's that. And that is that. Nice and tight.
You've got 30 watching you at the moment, so try not to screw it up too much.
Yeah, I'll try not to, yeah. Just for a laugh. It's looking at this tool rest and thinking that's in completely the wrong position.
Yeah.
Of course, it comes up when you turn it. Right, so starting from here, that's where it's going to go. 2, 3. Yeah, because the next one comes fairly close to the edge. So. Yep, that's working.
Locked down this time. Tight.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
So I pressed on that. Yep, that's all right. Turn the speed down just to make sure. Oh no. I can't see my pencil line.
Well, you can at least put it in dark because you're taking it out anyway.
Yes. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I thought I'd done it dark enough, but anyway, that's where it is there, and it's got to hit the edge of that, so which is just there. That's plenty. All that effort, just for that.
So you can also do this with a V-shaped tool, or even a standard parting tool on its side, the wrong way round.
You could,
so you make a V groove in it rather than a round bottomed groove.
Yep.
But whatever tool you start with, you want to carry on through the whole lot with.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be easier for sanding, having it rounded.
Yes,
to be honest, that was my thinking, because I considered the options really. Right, so
here saying you can't see the wood, let alone the pencil mark.
Yeah. No, I can't either, but don't worry about it. Right, so here we go. Same again. One more position like that. Pop the screw back in, which I've just recovered from underneath the lathe.
Hi, Adam. Adam, I love wood turning. Adam's just popped in.
Hello, Adam. He likes doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, he's had a go at several from the book that I discussed with you not so long ago.
Yes. He was saying the other day when I was watching one that he was doing.
One day I shall finish that one. I started from there as well. What's that? 20? That's 25. Yeah. So the eyesight's going. 35. There we are. These scrub screws.
This is the Robert Sorby, Ian, which is a slightly heavier chuck, and it's got one more feature to it, which is what Andy's using today. you can move the move around to make the scroll as he's doing. I don't think it's quite so easy on the Axminster.
No, I think that's the feature that this one has.
Yeah. Benjamin's in.
This is slightly heavier than when I bought it. This chuck, because your friend of mine, John White, made this. I gave him a faceplate with the right thread in it, and he modified the back end of it so to put it on there so that I can use it on this lathe. It had a very strange thread on it. No idea what it was. He didn't recognise it, and you know John, he's an engineer of the highest caliber, and he had no idea what it was either. It's very strange thread. So what's going on here?
Benjamin's just joined us, and he says, "I'm wanting to make a drum for a drum sander, so I need to turn a perfect cylinder about 60 by 400. Well, at least it needs to be perfectly flat. Any tips?"
I've turned that the wrong way. Sorry, I missed that.
Right, no, it's all right. I can answer that one.
Make a drum for a drum sander.
Anyway. What I would do on that one, have you got a long tool rest, Ben? If you've got a long tool rest, set the tool rest up parallel with your bed bars. Use a spindle roughing gouge on the side as a skew more, and you run your finger along the front of the tool rest and keep the body in the same angle all the way along, so it's one gentle cut all the way along. That should work. It's the way I turn my dibbers to start with.
So it's my fault this isn't working. I turned it the wrong way. Apart from that, everything's wonderful.
Keeping everyone amused.
Yeah, it's following the same line as the one.
Round to the best of my abilities, and then stick some abrasive to a flat surface and use that to get it flat.
If you use your skew as a scraper.
Yeah, you could end up with a lot of dust just for the sake of a freshly sharpened spindle scraper or whatever tool you want to use, but you've just got to sort of run it along slowly.
So you can't see what I'm doing at all, can you? Right, now then, let's see if we can get this right this time. We started off 35 there.
Hodgepodge, Ben, use a flat board wrapped in sandpaper to finish it. Yeah, as long as it's a wide enough board, or you've got a wide enough piece of paper, you can finally finish it with that. There's many ways of doing it. It's whatever you feel best or most comfortable using.
I'm glad I did the pencil line before I started attacking it with a gouge. That's all I can say. Proved that I was wrong. I turned it the wrong way. Apart from that, everything's fine.
So has it got to be dead on 60 mil, or is 60 mil a diameter that you were looking for? Or could it be 64 mil for argument's sake?
This is not right.
You've gone the wrong way.
Again.
You've gone the wrong side of centre.
I have.
You've unwound it instead of winding it up.
Who's a prep? I'm a prep.
I'm saying nothing.
Sorry about this. Normal service will be resumed as soon as possible.
think when I did something like this, I got confused as well. So what I did in the end was I put a small felt tip arrow on the back.
Well, I've done that. I've got. Well,
when I finished, I took it off.
Yeah, I've got the number 35 on the back, which is next to the 35 marking on here when I started. So at least I know where I started from.
Right, Ben's saying it doesn't need to be dead on 60.
Right, that's
got a couple of options that might help you, Ben. If you've got a bit of circular round rainwater downpipe, which is 68 mil, cut about an inch of that off, feed it on one end, and gradually work it along. You can then get a decent fit with that, so that it's just loose each time. So you've got a sleeve that you feed along.
Let's see if we're anywhere near right. Stupid, this worked perfectly in practice.
Yeah, but this isn't practice, is it? This is the real thing.
This is the real thing. That's right, absolutely. Yeah.
And Robert's got it just about right. We don't use these eccentric chucks enough to get the value out of it, and also to get to know what we're totally doing the first time.
That's right. Unfortunately, I swapped a mini set of carving tools for this chuck, which I was very proud of, because I think I was given the chisels anyway.
Oh, right.
But I think they would only cost about 40 quid, if that. And still not right, you know. What am I doing? I think I'm still turning it the wrong way. This is very odd. This is very strange.
You've only got 135 on the outside, or the numbers 1 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah, no, 35 is only one of them. Yeah. No, so I know I must be going the wrong way. It says to go clockwise, but I can't remember which way you're looking at it for that. Clockwise is not always a very helpful description, is it?
No.
Right, so I'll take this off again.
So 15th time lucky, guys. We might be there. Who said
you never
that?
Know. You never know.
Well, this is real time. This isn't This isn't pre-recorded. This is actual live demo.
Right, so back. Yes, absolutely, very much so. Right, back to where we started, which was there. And I thought I turned it that way, so we'll try to go 1, 2, 3. We'll try that. I have no confidence at all now.
So it could be just 2 rings on there in the end.
Yeah,
we don't cheat, we just modify it.
Absolutely. Design dictated by the equipment. Yeah. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm doing all this cussing and swearing off camera. Right then, let's see how we go with this.
Ian's got to get back to work, so he's going to watch the rest of the circus later.
I might still be doing it. You never know.
Might be on your own.
35. There we are. No, I'm confident we're going to be right.
Yeah.
Eventually. I'm not saying it's this try, but it will be right eventually.
Yeah, there's lots of different ways of doing eccentric work, Hodge.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I showed a different one of my first live, didn't I? The just with a different centre on the end.
Yeah, which is the easiest one, in all honesty. This is the right way.
I think we're right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to get excited.
It's the small things in life that he's used.
Look at that. Yeah. It's only a little one. It's
Yeah.
only a big diddy one. Right, let's turn that down. Swing her up. Can I see it? I can very nearly see it. So if I hold that there, I know I'm in the right
Go
position.
darker with it.
Yeah, I must have a felt tip pen somewhere that would do it.
Not careful, they bleed a bit though.
Yeah, as I'm
Don't
removing
go right
this
to the end.
No, this is the centre line, and it's cutting out at the ends as well. You know, going below the surface. So that I should be able to see that. I think this bit of wood's a little bit darker. Yes, it is, than the other bit that I turned, and it's behaving differently. Ah, that's better.
You notice, guys, that all these excuses are coming out. You don't have to believe them all. But,
I've got a wealth of them if you want some more. That's it, that'll do. That'll do, donkey. Right. That's finished, the offset bit. I'm not going to worry about. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about sanding it or anything. I don't think, because that's boring.
You've got to return it to centre and slightly dome it, have you?
It's domed. I've already domed it. Right. So I'm just going to part it off, basically.
Oh, right.
Where's the Allen key there? That one. So yeah, return it to centered, obviously, and then we'll turn the base, and everything will be honky dory. And it's just it's cutting the making the lid fit and things like that, isn't it? Which is quite normal now, except we're not doing it with a tenon or a mortise on the end of the timber, because of having to do that first. You can't do it to be able to turn it round in the chuck.
So it would be reverting to cold jaws.
Cold jaws, yeah, they do the job. That's looking quite nice. Reasonably true. Right, so, come here. Cool. You wouldn't believe I did the bed of the lathe just before we started, but it's not obvious. Now then, I think, where's that? There we are. We want to come just a bit below that. So that's going to be
how deep are your rubbers on your coal chuck? Because you've got to be.
Yeah, I've got a piece of ply I put behind.
Okay.
Because I made a washer.
Right.
Slightly dished. Which it worked. It worked before.
Good.
That's going to be the lip. Then it's got the bit sticking out to there somewhere. So there's plenty of room. And then the bottom wants to be. Where's my ruler? The 18mm screws come through about 15mm. So because I don't want to hit them when I start parting it off finally. So if I make that the bottom, I then know where I'm going to. Where's my parting tool gone? That one I do.
One of them's blunt.
Shouldn't be.
Well, you said one was.
Sorry?
You said, that was the other one that was blunt. That you used first thing.
Oh, the bigger one, yes, that one was. Come on, I can't see my line. I don't know what's gone wrong with my eyesight. Normally you can see these.
Too many wines, lunchtime.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
No chance.
Not doing this, no.
No.
That comes later.
Right, that's where that's going to be. And then this one, I want to go any thinner than that. To go in about 3mm or so. About 6 wide at least, I think. We'll go a bit more. That's not bad. We could try stock 2, see if that one will be stable enough. Tell me if it misbehaves.
Well, it is, but it's okay. It's right down the
bottom.
Is it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to do some work on it, try and work out what that is. Okay, so that's that. Then I want to cut it off there, which leaves the bit that locates in the bottom but it also leaves a little bit on the other side, so they'll know where to cut the base to.
As your witness, yeah.
Yeah. I'll give it just a little bit more, I think.
Fred Gilliver's just woken up and joined us. Hello, Fred.
Hello, Fred.
Missed all of the entertainment, but you've missed a bit of a laugh anyway, at Andy's expense. But
yeah, I'm used to it though.
Yeah,
I can cope with it.
Yeah, we have to, don't we? We have.
I can't see a ruddy thing now, so we'll put this back over here. You probably can't see anything now. Too much light.
Down a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So if I turn it there, is that better? No.
No. Put it where you can see it.
Yeah, I'll bring it. It's
only going to be less than a minute. That's all it is.
Yeah. Although I'm working on this bit now. That'll do me. That's better, isn't it?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah, and I can see right inside. I can see right inside the groove, so that's absolutely fine. Come on, pick it up. That's it. I'm not going to turn it right off because it's a bit rough around the edges.
How are you going to saw the last little bit off?
I'm just going to saw the last little bit.
We know the camera's a bit glitchy, Doug. That's a work in progress. We've got a couple that are doing that, but
yeah, but I've got my stream deck working.
Yeah.
There we are.
If it gets too bad, we can soon drop this one out and put another one in.
Well, I was going to say we could probably go to that one, which should be this one here. Yep.
Yep, that's that one.
I'll bring it a bit closer.
Too close. That's better.
Is that better?
Pull it a bit to you.
Better there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It won't center of the screen anyway.
Yeah, it won't stretch any further.
No.
Okay, so that's that. We could finish that off, or we could. No, we'll do the base, I think, next. And then we'll finish the inside of this. Where are we there?
Yeah, then you've only got to put the cold jaws on once.
That's right, absolutely. That's my thinking. So we'll do that. I'm just going to tidy that up a little bit. It's not too essential, but we'll do it anyway. It's quite nice being able to go a bit faster. No, it's on centre. Right. Okay. So that's that. I'm gonna drill out the middle anyway with a big drill bit. So let's get rid of this off here. That's far too much stuff. We don't want all that lot. Right, so that's the sort of the diameter, but if you remember what I said earlier about being able to get the lid off, because we can't put a knob on it or a handle or anything like that, this has got to be a slightly smaller diameter than the lid, so that it overhangs just a fraction, just enough to get hold of it. Or
you put a cove in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just going to take this down a little bit. It's easy enough.
He's got to escape. He's got to go and do some work, help with the gardening store. And be catching the catch. Yeah, his fingers are having problems, the same as mine do. The catch up with the rest of the recording. Stay safe, one and all. So
who's that?
Gerard's off. That's Gerard.
Oh, Gerard, yeah.
Gerard.
Yeah, thank you, Gerard. Appreciate it. And I'll do a little bit of a chamfer on there, just a fraction. You'll just exaggerate that step. That should be quite nice. And there's still enough there. So that's going to be the sort of bit. I I'm going to do the inside next, and then shape the outside, because I think we'll go. But the example on the book was a straight-sided thing, but I thought that was a bit boring, so I've just given it a little bit of shape, and I'm going to do the same with this one, because that other one's going to end up in the bin, because if you look at it, a huge crack.
Yeah.
It was a shape right from the start before I even cut the log, but I thought it's only a practice piece, so I'm not too worried about that. Right, so we'll do the outside later. Yeah, so I'll get the drill bit, which is up here, where I normally hang my headphones. Yeah, chuck, that's what I'm after. I knew there was something.
Yeah. So just to reiterate what we've said in the past, neither Andy or myself and anyone else in the chat are professional wood turners. We are hobby turners. Yeah, we are hobby turners. We get a good laugh out of it. Andy and I particularly work as safe as we can, and we try and show you guys what is safe and mention what isn't safe. So apologies for not quite getting it right this morning first thing with the moving of the chuck, but this is live.
Yeah, it's only this is the second time I've done it. The first time it worked perfectly, so I didn't even think about it. Yeah. But as soon as it goes wrong, you then have to think about it, don't you? So, right, okay, let's turn the speed down, switch her on, and I'm going to use the quill to give me the depth. It's going to be 55 mil, I think I decided, but I've got to get to the start position first. Yeah, that's 60 mil down to that cut. So I think we'll go a bit less than that because of the spike on the bottom. We'll go about 51, 52 mil, something like that. So let's get that started and then set it. Right, okay. So I'm going to go back to there, pop it in. Right, so that's set to 20 now. So I know I've got to go up to 70. This is a nice thing with this lathe, is the length of the quill.
Yeah, you got a long one on there, haven't you? Which is what a lot of lathes don't have.
So it's a bit noisy.
Can't hear it now. It's got
you're all right,
the noise cancelling's knocked in.
Yeah, it's not working for me because I can hear it straight from the lathe.
Put a finger in each ear.
That's 50 mil.
Mm-hmm. And the important thing on withdrawing the Forstner bit is to hold the Jacob's chuck.
Hold the chuck,
just to make sure it comes out with it, because we have seen them escape from the Morse tenon before.
And I do it on the way in as well, because I've seen them spin. So you know, just to sort of be safe. Right, so that's a big hole in there. You can see it more or less, can't you?
Yeah, it's not quite big enough, but it's big.
No, but it's big. Right, I'm gonna. It's the one I use for the mortises on the end of the bottom of a bowl or platter or whatever. Good drill bit, that is. Very useful. I'm going to move this down here.
It's got carbide teeth on it, hasn't it?
Yes, I think it has. Yeah.
Look like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. Right. Let's see. Don't want to put too much light on it. That's about right, isn't it?
Yeah, we can see okay with that.
That'd be all right. Right. So I'm going to use a parting tool just to give me the position at the top here, and then I should be using the Simon Hope hollowing tool, the little 6mm one, because I like it. But I'd normally use a slightly bigger one than this, but no, what am I doing? Yeah, it's all right. The brain's going. I'm catching up slowly. It's actually there, isn't it? Get that out of the way for a minute. Right, okay, let's see how that is looking. Oh no, it won't go. Yes, it will. Okay, that's nowhere near, but it's not far away. It's closer than I thought it was going to be, so that's good. And I want to leave it fairly tight at this stage.
Okay, you don't want a too loose bit, do you, to start with?
No, because it's all going to be sanded, which will ease it a bit.
Question from Hodge. I assume you can sharpen carbide tooth Forstners with a diamond card. Yes, you can. You really want to put a little bit of liquid on there as well, the diamond lapping fluid, just to help them. It does cut better.
Yeah, it depends how much you're going to use it as to how often you're going to have to do that. But because I only really use this one for mortises on platters, so it doesn't get that much use, and I've certainly had no problem with it getting blunt at the moment. But it will happen. Well, that's a nice popping fit. It's a wood turner's fit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's spot on for that. So now we'll get some hollowing done. What should we do? Yeah, we'll do it with the hollow. Why not? Because I can.
Because you've got one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lovely tool. I really do like this tool, the Simon Hope.
You a bit close with the tool rest or not?
Sorry?
You're a bit close with the tool rest?
A little bit, yep.
Yeah.
So it's fairly forgiving, but forgiving, but not that forgiving. Yeah, that'll be fine there. Right, so let's work my way around this light. I'm not sure. I think it needs to go around there.
You put it to where you need it to be.
Yep, that's better for me.
Yep, good for us. We can see right in there. Douglas Mungham's in. Good afternoon, Douglas.
Hello, Douglas. Right, one thing I was forgetting when I was doing that was that I was going to have it tapering, wasn't I? I'm not sure.
Not a great deal now with the sound of it.
No, not as much as it might have been. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's better. Did I turn that off? Yes, I did. That's why there's not much pressure then. It's a bit rough. Okay, so bit of a mark there where the... Oh, it is slightly tapering. That's not bad. Let's have a look at that. That's not bad. That's not bad. A little bit of a lump there. Just get rid of that. Better just there. It's not bad. Not bad at all. That's better. That's lovely. Bit of quick sanding. Turn the thingy on. Because I can.
Yeah. Keeps a lot of it out the air as well.
Yes, it does. I should have the one above my head as well, which I haven't. I forgot that in the excitement.
Oh, Brian, go on. You're too late to stand in the corner even. Oh, what time do you call this? Welcome anyway. You've still got another quarter of an hour, 20 minutes to go. We're not running as fast as sometimes we do. You miss the entertainment, so you'll need to go back and watch the first 3/4 of an hour again.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, the brain just got scrambled for a moment. Hey, we got there in the end. Oh no, I don't want to do the outside, do I? That would be silly.
You've still got 29 in here watching you, so hopefully the 29 that are watching you are all subscribed to you. They've all hit the notification bell so they know as and when you go live.
I do hope so. Yeah.
Hopefully they've all subscribed and liked this.
Obviously, the lunchtime one misses people who are at work. It's amazing how many people look at it afterwards, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah, over the evening or the following morning, you can gain 100 views on this quite easily.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, which is always nice. Yeah, well, you can come out the corner now, Douglas. You spent 10 minutes in there, so Brian's taking your place now. Right, I'm not going to take it any further than 400.
And a note here from Robin. He's pleased to see you using the dust extraction.
Yes, thank you, Robin. It's wonderful. It really does make a big difference. Right, so that'll do for there. I'll do a bit of sanding sealant, a bit of acrylic, because as that's come to hand. And then when I do the outs, I should just spray lacquer as a finish, I think. I did think about using Yorkshire grit, but since I couldn't on the lid, it's better to keep it all the same, I think. Right, okay.
Shouldn't show differences, but sometimes it does.
Yeah, I don't like to take the chance, if you like.
No.
Right,
no.
so get rid of those. I'm going to take this bit down on at the bottom as I can get to it. Nice delicate cut.
Yes, thank you, Douglas. I'd be pleased when the whole lot of the pain goes, but it's gradually getting there day by day.
Right, that's better. Now then, let's just check things out before I go too far. And I think I shouldn't be doing thinking really. It usually all goes wrong when you do that.
Yeah, you're not paid to do that, are you?
But that should do it. Oh, look at that. Oh, I've gone a bit deep. Hey ho. No, this is not necessarily the same as the other one. Where's my ruler? According to that, it's another 5mm. What can we do it from there? 165. 175. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, but the bottom's about 5mm thick, so that's fine.
As long as you don't dish it out too much.
Yes. Yeah. No, I shan't. But it does give you some idea, that thing. Right. Okay. So I'll just shape the outside. There's not much of a shape on there, to be honest. It'll go
So
a
it's going
little.
to be pretty well parallel then.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's nearly. But I can get. I think it's. I could put a big thing on there and find out exactly how much it is, but I'm not going to. It's funnel time. No, that's lovely.
Confidence.
That's perfect, that is.
Yeah.
Right, quick bit of sanding and then part it off and we can have a look at it. Look at that, Robin. Straight down the hole.
Not bad for a bit of 40 grit on there, is it? Soon takes it away.
120 this is. No, I didn't even go for the 80. I thought I didn't need it.
Didn't need it, no.
Excuse me. But that's, in fact, that's come up quite nicely, I think.
It's walnut, so it should do.
Yeah, no, the end grain hasn't torn. It does sometimes, doesn't it? So that's not looking bad. So that's okay. We'll just give that a little typical more. Bit of the next one. On to the next one. Might as well use them. I've got them. It's 400.
So while you're sanding this and mumbling to yourself, Thursday night, Scott is back on part 1. I'm led to believe of a solitaire board that he's going to be turning and making.
Could be interesting.
Which he will follow up on the following Thursday. So Scott's on the next 2 Thursdays. I'm doing next Tuesday.
Yep, that's the 20th, isn't it? Yep.
That's the 20th. Yep.
That's
so
right.
Just to keep you guys.
Yeah, and I'm doing the next 3, isn't it? I think. After that, so I got the list in front of me.
Yeah.
So 27th of April, 4th of May, and the 11th of May I'm doing.
Yeah.
Tuesdays. That's it. Yep. Good. It's nice to know what we're doing. Sounds almost organised, doesn't it?
Well,
it's a worry.
Almost too organised. What we've done, the 3 of us, we've shared it out. I've shared it out, so we've got 7, 8 apiece. So for my next Tuesday one, I'm bringing full or dropping back the one that I should have done 2 weeks ago, the 3-bowl clover bowl effect.
A bit more eccentric turning.
Yes.
Good fun.
Eccentric. Yeah.
I think it's a great name for it, because we're all eccentric anyway. We're
all eccentric, aren't we? We've got to be mad to be on here, haven't we?
Absolutely, yeah. Right, let this dry, which it is, nearly, very nearly. That should.
So Doug Miller's asking me if I've been designated the live floater. Well, I think we're all three floating live. We're just filling in so that there is a show on a Tuesday lunchtime and a Thursday evening for you guys. We're just sharing it out amongst us, and with Scott working and Andy and I retired, we can chop and change around to suit ourselves. So you've got you've got an event on every Tuesday lunchtime and every Thursday evening.
It happens to work out fairly evenly then, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's as simple as that. So,
yeah, it's good. Right, I think that's nearly dry. Come on.
If Scott should get called in to work, one of us have already agreed that we can fill in.
I wonder what was wrong. It's going too slow. That sounds very, very thin.
Can't see the light through the bottom yet.
I'm going to cut that off with a saw, and I'm going to be rather careful with it. I'm not going to be dishing the underneath very much.
No. Not quite see-through.
No. Right, so what have we actually got? We got 54 mil. And there we've got, loads. We've got 58 mil there. 4 mil left over.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't dish it 6 mil then.
No, certainly not. Right, so where's that? That's there.
No, I'm not doing it to stop you escaping into the real world, Chris. I'm doing it because both Andy and I and Scott enjoy what we're doing, and we'd all try and would like to sort of teach you a few bits that we can do, you can do, so that everyone has a little bit of a lighter side to it.
My excuse was that I was a woodwork teacher. What's yours?
Yeah, I was a plumber, so it makes no difference to me.
That's near enough. Right, so Cole's jaws.
Both Andy and I have been turning some time now, so we've got a good indication we possibly know what we're doing.
Sort of, yeah. I do like experimenting with new stuff. I find that quite exciting.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether I'd be brave enough to totally do it live, but there you go. But I will be doing it live next Tuesday because I've never done a three dish bowl.
Oh, right, yeah.
Same piece of wood.
I did one once, but only once. What am I doing? Chucky, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
My brain's gone.
If these are Axminster, you've probably got a speed restriction on these jaws as well.
Probably.
You usually say about 600, is it?
Can't see anything on it. 10-inch button jaws. That's all it says.
All right.
Nope, nothing. So it goes fast as I like.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Axminster used to be about 600.
I have turned fairly fast on these, and I've never had a problem with them.
No.
Yeah, that is quite thin in there. Which is all jolly good fun.
Well, you've only got to get rid of the little bit in the middle.
Yeah, that's right. And
give it a light sand, so you haven't got to take a massive amount off.
No, I shan't. Believe you me, I won't. That's about 1,000. That should do it. I think I can sand the rest of that, which I should do very quickly, and then we can get the inside of the lid finished. And we're getting there.
Extractor or not?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'm not used to it.
No.
It's so much nicer, though. I will remember it because it's so much more pleasant. Robin
says it's around 1,000.
Is it 1,000? Yeah, Robin's very good on regulations and things.
Right.
He absorbs these things, which I tend not to do. I just break the rules.
I know the set that I've got says 600, but they're not an Axminster set.
Oh right, yeah. They're good jaws. These, I must admit, I've had quite a lot of biggish stuff on them, as big as you can get on them, and never had a problem with them. So
no.
In fact, I might even get myself a bigger set yet for when I'm doing the platters and you want to take the bottom off.
Make yourself one out of a bit of decent ply.
Oh, I did. Actually, I've got the Longworth chuck anyway. That's a bigger one.
Is it? Right.
Yeah, I bought one because I made one, which in fact I gave to Ray, who was on earlier. It was all right, but it's ply and it's too much friction.
Yeah.
It made it quite difficult to use or to tighten. Whereas this is some sort of acrylic, the one I bought, and it's lovely. It's so easy to tighten up. Grips really well.
Resin, I think they are, aren't they?
Are they? I'm not sure what they're made of, but
yeah,
it's black. It's black anyway, whatever it is.
Yeah, Ed Oliver sells them now in 2 different sizes, I believe it is. Yeah, I just put the Nova. It's something like 750 max.
Yeah, that's. I can't get it on there.
No, looks like it's the same as what Ed Oliver sells.
It's got quite a decent sized one anyway. I can't see a name. No, there's no manufacturer on it.
No,
but it's a nice bit of kit. It says yes on the bolt in the middle, but anyway, yeah, it's a nice bit of kit. Right, that's all done. So I'll give that a little bit of sanding sealer.
Just coming up to 1 hour and 25.
Oh, is it really? Okay. Well, we're more or less done. There's just the lid, which will go on these jaws. In fact, I shan't bother with lacquering this, but I can do that later. Let's take that off.
Well, we're in no time restraints.
No, true.
No time restraints.
I could lacquer that later. That's really not a problem. So put that there.
Still got 30 watching, so you've kept your audience throughout.
Good. Very nice of you all to come along and stay. Right, so yes, all I do is put that bit of ply in there, and this will then grip there. Centralise the bit of ply. like that. It just about nips there, but and then bring the tailstock up just to push it in to get it straight. Cool.
Douglas is asking me a question regarding the compression board for turning off the base. Is a board with anti-slip mat on okay to use? Yes. I use that most of the time if I'm going to take off a tenon or work on the mortise to make it into a foot, and I've had those up to 22 inches with router mat on. The biggest issue that I've found is some of the cheap plywood does tend to warp a bit. So I think the last one I've made was out of flooring grade chipboard, which is pretty good, pretty stable, but it's only chipboard. So I haven't had a problem with it. So you can either stick the router mat on or just hold it there and squeeze it in, whichever way you want to go on that one. Everyone has their own preferences.
Absolutely, yep.
I've actually seen them put on with contact adhesive as well. If it doesn't fit, use the hammer on it. Douglas, the maximum speed is what you feel safe at. I wouldn't want to run a big lump or a big board like that very fast. It's obviously held up with tailstock pressure. You can't put a massive amount of tailstock pressure on because you could push through the bottom of your bowl. So many variables, it's a job to say.
Yeah, you've got to feel safe.
You've got to run it safe to suit yourself. I have, which I can't get at, a scale for various sizes of bowls as to what is the safe turning speed recommended for beginners and even intermediates. So an indication as to a speed that is safe. If you're interested, drop me a message and I'll email it over to you.
And as you can see, I've done this at 700, which is a great deal slower than the 1000 I was turning at, because it's not that secure in there. You know, it's only just nipping up, but that's actually done a nice job. So that's perfect. Exactly what we needed.
Douglas, it's not the maximum speed, it's the speed you feel comfortable at. The maximum speed will be just 2 miles an hour slower than before it flies out or breaks up on you. So you're responsible for the speed you turn, but don't turn too fast for the speed for the piece of material that you're turning.
That one.
So you can always get timber that is got a hard side and a soft side, so it's going to be out of balance. The out of balance nest would make quite a bit of difference to the speed that you can run it as well.
Yeah, it's when it gets tricky, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah. I don't think Andy or myself would want to put a definitive number on. I can give you a guide number, but it is totally down to you.
Yeah, you've got to look at it and do a risk assessment of it.
Yeah.
Work out what you think is actually safe, and then knock a bit off.
Yes, you don't want to go creeping it up until it flies out and you say, "Oh, that's slightly too fast."
Yeah. I know that if this does come off, it's fairly light. It's not going to do a lot of damage, which helps.
Yeah. The minimum speed that Douglas can get is 500, and I would think 500 would be safe for something up to an 8.
Yeah.
8-9 inch diameter bowl, but again, depending how deep and how heavy it was, and
what
how
shape
out of
it
balance
is.
the wood is as well.
Yeah, and what shape the top is, because if it hooks sort of around into these rubber buffers, then it's going to hold much more firmly.
Yeah, but no, we're talking about a pressure plate.
Oh, sorry, beg your pardon.
Yeah, so it's literally squeezing it against a bit of router matting. So you've got tailstock support, but
that's right. I did hear that. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, the more you take off the bottom, the more you're reliant on the little pimple, the little mushroom in the middle that you're leaving.
Yep.
So I would say start at 500, and most things can be turned at 500 down to. I'll even turn pens at 450 on my lathe.
Can do. It's a bit boring, though, isn't it?
It takes a bit of time, but it's good practice as well. It's good for tool control because you can't rush it. It's good for tool presentation.
That's fairly...
Just because it's 500 doesn't mean to say that it's not doable. It is doable, and that's the sort of speed I would be running at most of mine.
Oh, that's a bit... Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it's a bit snug. Oh, that's how weak it is.
Good job you made it into a funnel. You can push it out now.
That's it. You bet your life if I turn it, it'll go in elsewhere. Yeah, there. It's looser than it is there. Sorry, you couldn't see that anyway, could you?
Nature of the wood. Yeah.
Yeah. It's moved a bit, but I'm going to have to ease that a little bit. That's too tight. So squeeze it back into here.
And you're only going to be sanding it, so you could drop the speed down a fraction.
Yeah. It's amazing how much that has tightened up, actually, because it was dropping in there quite nicely before. But they do move around, don't they?
Yeah.
Best will in the world. Actually, that's very, very, not very nice there anyway, so...
We'll blame it on that piece then.
That's right. Yeah, I should. I'm just going to put the passing tool on that. Very gently. A nice little one.
Okay, Douglas, you can do a mic walt. Just be careful.
That's not centered. It's not centered, so... Something somewhere.
Yeah. Turn it 10 degrees and it'll probably center itself.
Yeah, I'll try that.
The other thing, Douglas, is rather than do a complete mic walt and take the remaining piece out, leave the little pip in the middle and sand it down, hand sand it down.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot safer. It's a lot safer.
I don't mind this being quite a loose fit, so...
No, as it's parallel sided and there's nothing to grip on.
No. That's better. That's better. That's lovely. Great lovely, that. Good, so...
So how old was this piece of wood, Andy?
I've got no idea. I was given it, oh God, when Ray's wife gave it to me. Which was, it must be about 5 years ago, and it's been sitting in the workshop since then. I mean, it was seasoned then, so it's quite a dry piece of timber.
So, Robert Hodge says you would. There's the proof for turning a box and letting the wood settle for a day before finishing the fit.
Yes.
Yeah, but you would imagine that walnut wouldn't move quite as much as some woods, and with it being 5, possibly double that amount of years drying, it should be fairly stable. But,
the other one that I did before is a nice comfortable loose fit, but you turn it around and it's not doing it now. Oh yes, there it is.
Yeah,
it tightens.
grabs in one space.
So
Yeah.
you know it moves around. Best will in the
Yeah.
world. Even well-seasoned timber will move.
And take it indoors, it'll probably be just as bad.
Yeah. So that's why I want a reasonably loose fit, because you've got nothing much to hold on to on this. Anyway, that's that. It just needs the top sanding, which is going to be a hand job. I should just sit down quietly and do it. So I'll just that's nearly dry. I'll take it off and show you the finished job. But apart from the sanding, which I will do at my leisure. Give me something to play around with, won't it?
Keep out of Alison's hair.
Yeah, because I mean the whole. Where are we? Here on that one. It wants a bit of sanding on top, obviously, because I've got pencil lines there where I got it all wrong. That's quite rough underneath, so that's got to be sanded. All of these are very rough. They've all got torn grain. The top itself is fine, but it just there's a mark there. So yeah, so I just got to just do it by hand, which is I don't mind. That's all right. Don't mind doing sanding by hand, and that'll be lovely.
It's a big bit, is it?
No, that's right. Oh no, if it was bigger, more complex. But there we have. Oh, I can't see it with that
light's bleaching it out. Yeah.
Yeah. There you have the finished object.
Looks nice, mate. Looks nice.
It's something a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah. And if anyone wanted to do something slightly different but the same, if that makes sense, you could, before you finish the top, spray the top black.
Yes.
And then sand it back, or turn a skim off the top, so that the black would be in the grooves that were cut. So you've got several ways you can do that. Any resin casters could actually cast resin into it as well. So it's a good method of incorporating design and also using it on different ways as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice piece of walnut. I didn't want to put any colour on it. But if it was something a bit more plain, sycamore or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Ashy even sometimes can be very plain. Then yes, I may well have put some colour on. And I think what you've suggested would look rather nice, actually. So yeah. Good.
You've got some comments in there. All good.
Lovely.
All good.
I shall come and sit down at my desk. Change the camera up because I can. Right. Presenter 1. There I am. Lovely. Yeah. No, I can't even get a better view here, really. But that's what it is anyway. That's
a good picture. That is. Yeah. It's a good picture.
Actually, you can see the roughness still in the shaping here, but that will all be gone. I'll put a picture on Facebook. As I say, lovely bit of grain, which if I actually had it lined up to match, is there somewhere. Nice bit of grain on the walnut. Yeah. So
walnut's always nice, isn't it?
And it was just a log off a tree when I was given it. So yeah, lovely. Good. Well, thank you very much, Keith.
That's okay. My pleasure.
I'll bring you back in.
The rest of the chat for being there for Aaron.
There we are.
Aaron 39.
Oh, my longest yet.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like we say, time of a lunchtime isn't quite so critical. The Thursday night ones are more critical because we've usually got Rich on the end of us, so we need to get out.
Yeah.
And give ourselves 5 minutes to go to the loo and whatever.
Yeah, but it's more than just a box, isn't it, when you're doing the decorative top? So, I'm quite pleased with that for an hour and a half.
Good. Yep.
Not bad at all.
No, considering the messing about you had as well.
Yeah, that was just stupid. That was just, I turned it the wrong way. I mean, it was as simple as that. Yeah. And I did it 4 times or something. Anyway, not to worry.
No one was counted.
No.
No one was counted.
Thank you, Lawrence. Nice box. Robert Dolman, interesting piece. Yeah, so, and Clive.
Yeah.
Chris Dodds, a few more years and I'll try that. Yes, do. Have a go. Douglas Mungham. Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. Nice that she's here. Good. Lovely.
So I think that was another popular and worthwhile stopping up for some of them, and
I think so.
worthwhile coming in. Like I say, the comments are good on here, so that's what it's all about.
Okay, I'll push the button. And thank you very much for coming along and sticking with us.
Thursday night, you've got Scott, the Blue Light Turner.
7:30.
And next Tuesday, you've got me. And I dare say Andy's worming for me, so I'll
be delighted. Yeah. Good. Okay, lovely. I'll press the button, and thanks for coming along.
Thanks, guys. Bye for now.